Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways.
Let the record show that this viewer was here first.
Samurai Sam was here first for the very first time. Let's go to Istanbul, the newest map here in Mini Motorways. For our daily challenge, we have unlimited bridges, but we only have one choice of upgrades. There is a brand new map. Samurai Sam was here first. Oh, let's take these oranges, swing them down this way. So Istanbul, obviously, not Constantinople, is the brand new map here in Mini Motorways. It has these ferry ports. We saw them in Hong Kong. They've made their return. So you're going to have to deal with this. And as we will recall, well, first of all, hold on. We're going to have to do some orange replacement here. You do that. You go up there. Hey, it's blue and orange, the colors of the New York Knicks and no other sporting franchise. Lol. Let's take this. So yes, as you will recall, we cannot cross the lane here. This bridge cannot go over that way. We'll take a roundabout. Given that we have unlimited bridges, this is going to be, it's probably a good idea. It looks like water is going to play a fairly oversized role in the development of Istanbul. It'll be fine. Oh, God. I tell you, I am not a person who cares really at all about basketball. I could not tell you the last time I watched a professional basketball game. It has been amusing to watch all of my friends and followers on, well, all of the friends and folks I follow on Bluesky go absolutely kerfucking berserk over the New York Knicks. I follow a disproportionately large number of people. Let's see here. Sam says, hold on, I feel as though I'm being criticized for something, so I have to investigate this. I might be doing something bad. Twitch has captions sometimes other. I used to have a caption plugin for OBS. I used to have a Twitch caption plugin, and then it broke one day, and I don't know how to fix it or make it better. So it stopped working, and I don't know what happened to it beyond that. I would be fine with captions as like, here's my preferred way of handling captions is to have them as a user toggleable thing. And if there's a way that I can set them up where they're a user toggleable thing, I'm going to do that. And if the only way for me to implement them would be to force them onto the channel at all times forever and ever, I don't want to do that. And I'm putting out a general call to the universe, by which I mean the people watching this. If you know of ways to help me do that. Sunny likes to share when you don't have audio. This is true. This is true. It does make... I'm doing it right now. I'm responding directly to a point that Sunflare Space made. Even though Sunny can't hear me. And I don't have captions on. I'm doing the thing. I'm literally doing the thing. Anyway, we'll have ourselves a second roundabout, because why not? This orange house here can point down that way, get into the rounded ferry station we've got going on here. And it appears as though a circular ferry stop is mostly just going to get 3 people whenever the boat comes in, which is fine. This blue business up here is... Ooh. Man, due to the placement, that's... Oh, boy. Oh, that's horrendous. Game, you know that I can't... Game, you know that I can't... With the... I can't cross the... We can't cross the ferry line. Game, hold on. Wait, stop. Mini Motorways. What are we doing here? This is not appropriate. This is not professional. This is not acceptable. All right. New plan. It's okay. This is salvageable. We can salvage this. You 3 houses come down this way. We're going to chop and kill this whole light blue ass road, right? This orange road is fine. This orange road can continue to exist. However, so we need light blues over to here and up to there, right? Fortunately, we have infinite bridges. So, I feel as though that's the title of a book that is enjoyed by horrible people. Infinite Bridges. Just seems right. And/or it's a Jeff-based biopic. One of those. Okay. We're going to take these oranges. We're going to swing them down this way. Boop. Boop like so. Okay. So now, we've got these blues to serve this, and these blues to serve that, and these oranges to swing down this way and get into here. And all of that's all well and fine. However, I can't help but notice that we... Well... We also have this, and we also have this, and we don't have a motorway. Like... Guys, we've got... How do I... What do you... How am I... This isn't... Urgh. Give me a motorway. Thank you. I could have just drawn a very long and stupid road. Listen, if I didn't get that motorway, we were going to take these pinks and run them down here, staple them here, swing them out that way, and go up here. We were absolutely going to do that. Now, I don't have to. Now we can do something almost reasonable, by which I mean we'll draw motorway number 1 up to here, arc it northishly. There you go. You 4 pinks serve that business. All shall be fine. Now, unfortunately, we also... Well, hey, it occurs to me. I can cut this corner a little more tightly now, which is wonderful. Save a handful of roads that away. Of course, we also have the small problem of needing to deal with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to have these orange houses just kind of spawn on this road, and they're going to come down over that away. And then we're going to put a roundabout right here. And you're going to go down through there. So these 3 orange houses here are basically just going to share this road with these blues. We're going to have them come out this way. The blues are going to swing into this blue business. The oranges will go right on past into the roundabout, which then comes down here. I foresee no difficulty. There shall be no problem here. God damn it. Now, so we've got the ferry stop coming up here, and obviously you can't cross the dashed line. So that basically creates a wall. Like, you cannot get from this landmass to this landmass unless you have a motorway. They just don't make boat bridges, I guess. It's weird. We've talked about Infinite Jeff, but now they don't make bow. What's with the bridges? Honestly. So many weird bridges. Okay. So these pinks swing over here. Hey, if you get a pink buddy, I might be considering just bridging that, actually. Can you get, like, one more pink buddy? If you can get one more pink buddy, that would be awful convenient. In the meantime, we're going to have some considerations about this blue circle. It's not great. I don't love this blue circle. You are a circle now, so you can take that, and then I'll swing this up here. And a 4th has spawned for you, so you're going to be just fine. Now, you zoop down that away. Oh. Ow. Oh, let's see here. So as I was saying, we've got this this ferry stop here, and obviously you can't have anything cross that. But let's figure out the exact borders around which we're working after we draw this bridge. Hold on. You come up here, bridge that way. That'll be fine. Now, I can go to this square, but I can't go to any of these 2. Or, okay. So it looks like, yeah, it's just the square that the tiles, the square that the dashed line is on, and every square directly adjacent to that. Pretty much unavailable. Okay. Okay. Seems feasible. Hello there, light blue guy. There are some light blues here for you. Oh, hey. We've got a black house. Not very often we see them bust out the black color there. That's nice. Is that the first? Samurai Sam has redeemed your minor Mets news of the day. Your minor Mets news of the day is that they lost last night. Freddie Peralta got his, gave up like 6 runs. Turns out that when your second best starter gives up like 6 runs, you're probably going to lose. And it turns out the Mets lost. Also, speaking of Freddie Peralta, came out the other day that in order to sign a free agent contract with the team, Freddie Peralta would like a contract very similar to the contract Max Fried signed with the New York Yankees. You may recall, Max Fried signed with the New York Yankees for something like 8 years and $210 million. I will note at this point that Max Fried is also a significantly better pitcher than Freddie Peralta. So, good luck with that, Fred. Happy trails. It's been a relative pleasure having you in New York. It's been a learning experience, and the thing that I have learned from having Freddie Peralta as a New York Mets starting pitcher is that starting pitchers who can't ever throw more than 5 innings fucking suck. No matter how good they are, they fucking suck. By which I mean, it has been an incredibly frustrating experience to have Freddie Peralta on the New York Mets, because even when Freddie Peralta is good for like 5 innings. And then Freddie Peralta gets tired. And because Freddie Peralta is good, Carlos Mendoza, who is stupid, does not realize that after 4 or 5 innings, Freddie Peralta is no longer good, and just leaves him in. It's been very frustrating. And of course, one might say, well, Goog, if the problem is that your stupid dumb fuck manager does not know how to properly utilize your roster, the solution is not to replace the players on your roster. It is, in fact, to replace your stupid dumb fuck manager. That's just not a thing the Mets do anymore. It turns out, and this is a thing that I did not know, it turns out that apparently it is illegal for the New York Mets to fire their stupid, incompetent, dumb fuck manager, no matter how stupid, incompetent, dumb, or fuck he appears to be. Yeah. So, your minor Mets news of the day. They lost yesterday. They're going to lose many more times this season. They're probably going to win sometimes this season, because they are, after all, not horrible, and there are lots of baseball games left, but they're probably not going to make the playoffs, because they're not very good. And also, they have a stupid, incompetent, dumb fuck manager. So, yeah. Anyway, we have a light blue business up here, which needs some support. I think for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to yank this house from this business and this house from this business and draw motorway number 1 up that way, such that these two houses might serve this business. Now, if I get another light blue over here, this whole situation changes. Like, if I get another light blue in this part of the world, this situation changes rapidly. But we have not yet gotten that. Also, what am I doing? What is happening with these black houses? This is dumb and stupid. This thing that I'm doing is dumb. Okay. Let's do a slightly less dumb thing. Now, speaking of less dumb things, let's run this pink road all the way over here. You serve that. Now, can you get away with not having... Not really. Okay. You're a circle. You should probably have more than 2 houses of support if you're going to be a circle. You should have like 5 houses of support if you're going to be a circle. That seems reasonable. Hi there, dark blue business. You were already on a dark blue road. You're fine. I'm not going to do anything for you other than toss a traffic light right there. It's going to be perfectly cromulent, that traffic light. We're never going to have to worry about it ever again. Now, this pink business over here got reasonably justifiably angry on account of only having 1 house serving it. Let us adjust our roads such that it has more than that. Also, this black business now exists, which is probably fine. First, we can do this, lower this road, get that pink house on here. Gonna be fine. Next, what we can do is bop you. If you were to bop thusly, you can bulldoze that. I'm out of road. Oh. Well, then we'll just wait for this road to go away, and we'll get some road back on Monday and have us some traffic lights. And okay. Next, we'll bulldoze that. Off you go here. Samurai Sam would like to remember Psychosis. I don't remember much about Psychosis, to be quite honest. He was a cruiserweight wrestler. He was in WCW. He had a good long career in Mexico. He was reasonably good and entertaining. I have no funny stories about Psychosis. I'm sure they exist. Listen, I'm sure Psychosis exists. The closest thing I have to a funny story about Psychosis is a horribly racist thing WWE did one time. And listen, shock of shocks, I know World Wrestling Entertainment engaged in horrible racism. Be still my heart. So after the WWF bought WCW, they had a bunch of guys under contract that they didn't really know what to do with. And among them was Psychosis. Because as much as WCW treated their cruiserweight division like a joke sometimes, at least they had one, and it had some relatively recent history of being a title that sort of mattered. The WWF did not have that. They had a light heavyweight title, they always treated it like a joke, and they brought over WCW's cruiserweight title, and they basically treated it like a joke. So they had a bunch of cruiserweight wrestlers, and they didn't really know what to do with them. But what they did have was Vince McMahon being a stupid idiot racist fucker. So, let's put a roundabout right here and just toss this down here. That way these black houses can at least swing in that manner. I'm going to use a whole bunch of road here, but I have a whole bunch of road all of a sudden. So these black houses swing in here, they get down here, they serve that business, that'll be fine. I'm trying to remember the third guy in this stable. I think it was Juventud Guerrera. I'm gonna Google this, and I'm not gonna tell you what I'm Googling just yet, because I want to confirm that it was indeed Juventud Guerrera. Okay. So, this pink house here is ever so slightly irksome. However, what we can do is run. We can reinstall this awful road situation. Get these black houses swing down this way. That'll be fine. That means that these pinks right here can traffic light thusly. This light blue business exists and has 2 houses to service it, so that's totally fine. Here, have a 3rd house of service. Okay. And another pink goes that way to serve these 2 pinks. Gonna be okay. You go up here. You're a circle now. I don't know when that happened, but it's fine. Here, let's get you into there. 5th house for the circle. So WWE had Juventud Guerrera, an accomplished, successful cruiserweight wrestler, and Super Crazy, who was a Latino fella who had worked in ECW and in Mexico and such places. and they had Psychosis, who in WCW, Psychosis was a proud masked Mexican luchador, and WWE had him take off his mask for reasons. And they put them together into a stable called the Mexicools. And the Mexicools gimmick was that they were Mexican and they were cool. And, well, Sam, you're more on the ball than you realize when you call it a trash gimmick. Because one, it's a pretty trash gimmick. And two, the Mexicools came to the ring on riding lawnmowers. For you see, in addition to being Mexican and cool, the Mexicools were frustrated at their portrayal, at the stereotypical portrayal of Latin Americans as yard maintenance workers. And they protested this by dressing as and riding to the ring upon the gear used by lawn maintenance workers. So Psychosis and Hoovy and Super Crazy would come to the ring on their customized, tricked out Juan Deere tractors. Yup, it was pretty objectionable. It was not great. And listen, Psychosis and Juventud Guerrera and Super Crazy were reasonably entertaining professional wrestlers. As gimmicks go, this sure was one of them, and it got somewhat over. But it did not last a horrendously long time. Eventually, the Mexicools, I don't know, they got laid off or something. Here's the thing WWE does, despite having all the money in the fucking world, is they just fire people, like, all the goddamn time, for no fucking reason. They just cut roster space all the time. So at some point, at some point, I don't remember how or when this happened, the Mexicools got fired. They were done. They were off you go to whatever happens when WWE wishes you the best in your future endeavors. Every business on the map has gotten mad at the same time here. I note that this blue circle here only has 2 houses serving it, and that's probably bad. Also, everything else. Going to point out that also everything else. So, let's do some things. First, let's have this traffic light be eliminated. Now I'm going to have these 2 blues right here. I only have 1 spare motorway. I thought I had 2. Fuck. So, let's see here. What about... So these 2 houses are going to serve this business. This business will theoretically be made better by only having these guys serving it. This business, I was going to serve with another motorway, but now I don't think I can. Yeah, no, I think we're just doomed. I think this circle right here is just going to fall apart in a second or 2 here, and off it goes. Okay. Happy birthday to Midna, Sam the Samurai's cat. We got 2,455 commuters over 100 days. And hey, another new thing with the new patch, the new DLC or whatever, the new thing that is available for mini motorways. In addition to continuing in Endless, you can also continue in creative mode. If you want to be like, hey, you know that big old ferry place? F that, let's get rid of it. You can do that. We shall go over here to the rankings. 2455 is top 15% in the world, and it is not as good as Samurai Sam. Sad. Sadness and failure. Drop those slams in the chat if you've got them. Oh, failure for me. Let us bring in our very good friend, the Wordle. Come to me, my Wordle box. Hi there. The Wordle today is... Man, we spent a lot of time talking about super crazy. The Wordle today is super. No? All right, fine. Well, there's no E, so we know it can't be olive. But the Wordle today is flank. It could totally be flank. It's not, but we've learned a thing. All right. The Wordle today is... it's not going to be Alan, although maybe with an A. Maybe with an N. No. Okay. But we know where the A and the N go. That's something. I don't think Alvin is an acceptable word, despite how often Dave yells it. So, let's see here. The Wordle today is... No, it's not album. That has an M, not an N. The Wordle today is align. It could be align. Nothing saying it's not, and in fact it is. Hooray! Solved the Wordle I did. Spoke like Yoda for a second. Why not I did. All right. Let us do some time guessing. We are at the Piazza Cordusio, which sure feels some effing Italian about it. We're at the Piazza Corduzio with Coiffure Dames and Fermata Obligatoria. So you absolutely must close this, I think. I think that means, right? Because, like, hold on. Let's go French here. Ferme la bouche means shut the fuck up. So ferme, fermata, maybe this means we have to close. We have to close. Mandatory closing. Everything must go. This thing is also closed. Lots of Italian things are closed. All right. So you are going to the P. Castelli. Fine. Are we going to do any better than just being... Well, if you happen to know where the Piazza Cordusio is, that's going to help you an awful lot. Beyond that, it's mostly going to be about figuring out the when of this. And this feels very 19 Don't Move the Thing. Maybe a little more modern than that. Like, maybe we can get to 1970 here? Yeah, maybe 1970. What can we tell from this possible movie poster? Subito is a thing. Okay. This banner here, this billboard advertisement donut sellage is doing a lot to it's doing a lot to pull me away from 19 Don't Move the Thing. I don't know. I'm getting a very Mary Tyler Moore Show vibe from this random picture of a street corner in Italy. So that might just be a me thing. I think it might just be a me thing. Let's have us a gander through Rome, Italy, and see if we can blindly stumble upon the Piazza Corduzio. I don't know why I'm putting that extra emphasis on the Zio, because it's just an S. It's Corduzio. But, all right, I zoomed in too far. Are we in Rome? Hey, we're in Rome. Now that we're here, we should do as the Romans do. I don't suppose any of you are just obviously labeled as the Piazza Corduzio. Would be convenient. We got the Vittoriano and the Piazza Navona and the Quirinale Palace and the Rome Hello. We are at the Rome Hello Hotel. Oh, no. We are at the Plaza of 500. Yeah. We're at the Plaza de 500 in Rome, Italy in 1970. 3. Also, this is Milan. Okay. Next. Hey, the Sugar Bowl. Maybe. Is that the literal actual? No, that's not the literal actual Sugar Bowl. That is a football stadium. But might give us an idea. This is Western Savings Bank of Buffalo. Odd. Not where I would have guessed based on Sugar Bowl, but all right. This is Rothschild's Pawn Shop. Okay. I think we're gonna. Hold on. Okay, you're a dentist. I saw the den and I was like, "Fuck, are we in Denver?" No, you're a dentist. It's totally different. All right. These sign maker guys are having themselves a day. Look at all of the signage here. These sign makers are really good at networking. Look at all of these signs. Also, look at all of these people. Good God. It's a throng in upstate New York. This is the entire population of upstate New York having gathered in upstate New York. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I don't think we're doing any better than Buffalo, New York, 1915. This feels very Buffalo, New York, actually possibly even earlier than 15. Is this a 19 herk the thing all the way to the left situation? How far herky are we feeling? I'm feeling pretty herky. We got a lot of very, very oldly dressed people here. All right, Buffalo, New York, 1910. Let's go to New York. Let's go to... Oh, look, I found I-90. That means we're going to get to... Yep, Buffalo. We are in Buffalo, New York in 19... Herc the thing most of the way to the left. It was indeed Herc the thing all the way to the left. God damn it. Oh, well. Next. Hi, Jim. That's Jim. He was the president. And, mostly unrelated, a reasonably decent fella. Now he's dead. But, at the time he wasn't. He appears to have been alive and moving, which is good for him. All right. Can I pull anything off of this license plate? No, I cannot. All right. Can I figure out the language on your name badge? Absolutely not. Dear God. Okay. So, we got Jim, we got Roz, we got some very fancy houses, and some folk who are impressed to see Jim and Roz near their fancy houses. Interesting. All right. I don't know, the Philippines, 1977? That seems reasonable. Are we in Manila, the Philippines in 1977? Jeez. I can't even tell, what language this is. It's definitely not English. I think this might just be lettering with decorative floofage. Would there really be decorative floofage on a military/cop guy name badge? It doesn't feel like the place where letters would have decorative floofage. Decorative floofage, by the way, title of the episode. So, putting a lot of stake on the correctly identifying the potential Filipinality of this guy's name badge in order to suggest that we're in Manila, the Philippines. Now, if I was a person who recognized architecture, I would be able to say that this is a perfect example of early 17th century Philippine building making, but it's probably not. So, yeah, fuck it. We are in Manila, the Philippines in 1977. Yeah? We're in Bangkok, Thailand in 1985. Okay. All right, fine. Also, Rude took a picture of the president when he wasn't the president. How dare you? How dare you? Also, apparently, for people who recognize languages, this is obviously Thai, which then would have given away that this was Thailand. So, I see. Next, we've got the Prasunik building. Cool. We've also got Avenir Publicité, Lyon-Roubaix. Oh, c'est français! Ho ho! Intérieur des hommes et dames. Rétonnage, réparation et transformation de tout vêtement. Oh, is it Taylor? I shouldn't give this away for free. I should make people redeem the Goog bucks for it. Oh, there it is! Oh, ask as you shall receive. Samurai Sam has redeemed the Goog's terrible French accent, and we will be in the terrible French accent for the rest of the time guessing. Now, so this building here, obviously the signage say Francais. However, there are many places in this world of ours that speak the Francais, not all of which are in France. This could be Quebec. This could be Louisiana. This could be any of the many places in the world that have been touched by the murderous hand of French imperialism. It is not a guarantee that we are en français. Merely a guess. Now then, let us try to find some more things. Perhaps they will tell us more. Is it dentist? Is Dick Vermeer the well-accomplished football coach? There is a confiserie and a Nouveau Lyon. This is the second sign I've seen that said Lyon. Perhaps we are in Lyon. That would make sense. Now then, having determined that we are in Lyon Francais, we can figure out when in the fuck was the stamp picture taken. That is, how do you say, a song by Rockapella. When in the fuck was the stamp picture taken? That is the thing we say, no? This street here, with the wideness and the trees and the streetcars, reminds me of Saint-Denis in Red Dead Redemption 2, which was, as you will note, based on New Orleans. Which, shit. No. We are not making a guess based off of an assumption, based off of a video game, based off of a thing. No. We are using the context clues of the picture, which is probably Lyon. Alright. This is the Arquebus de l'Hermitage. That's good. Arquebus is an important NPC in a Dungeons & Dragons real play podcast from literally 17 years ago. Is good podcast. Let's see here. I do not think we are to find anything that has a sign that says Bienvenue à Lyon. So let us just make an assumption. We are in Lyon Francais in 1980. 1980? Eh, 1980. Lyon Francais. Lyon, dans la France, 1980. Oh? 86. Okay, fine. That also works. Next, finalement, we are in Wisconsin. That was easy. No. This man is this woman. I do not know if they are to be people we are supposed to recognize, or however, maybe just dudes. They could perhaps just be the general neutral term of dudes. Now then, the folk. What does your shirt say, sir? This is the something and training. Okay. Oh, so okay. Something ends, training doesn't. By Nike. Got it. Perhaps, whatever. What is this flag? This is, it has blue, it has white, it has more blue. Is that Argentina? No. The Argentinian flag is lighter blue than this. That, I think, is just a flag. It means a thing to a thing, but, hey, do you remember what I was saying about flags having lighter blue? I remember someone very recently saying that a flag had lighter blue, and that would mean it was Argentinian. Are we in Argentina? I mean, I don't think we're actually in Wisconsin, despite the Wisconsinality of the man's sweatshirt. This... I was looking to see if perhaps this was that, but no. This, I think, is the mask of Rey Mysterio. Which might or might not be relevant. I'm going to say that it is not. This man is wearing Adidas sweatpants, track pants, running pants. Note how he keeps a very far distance away from the man in the Nike t-shirt, lest the training goods sportswear blood feud bubble up again. What does your bag say? Your bag says, The Rescuers Down Under. That's a good movie. That's a good movie. I don't know what this has to do with where or when you are in time, but... fuck. Alright, here's the thing. This could easily be a man who was released from a horrible racism prison in Wisconsin last week. This could also be people dancing and celebrating an Argentinian victory in the World Cup a decade ago. I have no idea. What does this shit say? I was trying to get that to say Alabama. I do not believe it does. I believe it says something else. Son of an bitch. All right. Hold on. You have fence walls and mucho de signage. We are in Buenos Aires, Argentina in 2019. I am not even hemispherically confident. This is not with the happy making. Ay. Buenos Aires, Argentina, 2019? Guatemala City, Guatemala, in 2023. Okay. Argentina is the Caucasian capital of South America. That is a fair point. Okay. Well, now we know. Knowing after the battle, we have failed. Drop. Oh, for one thing, drop the terrible French accent. Good God, it was terrible. Second thing, drop yet more Samurai Slams in the chat. Sam beat us in Time Guesser. And now, for StatsPad, we need batting strikeouts from anyone in 2017, a Chicago White Sox player over the past 45 years, anyone in the AL East this year, a Twin over the last 45 years, and anyone in 2014. Oh, God. All right. Hold on. Nora is curled up, presumably asleep, in a brand new place I've never seen her sleep before, and I'm just going to watch her for a second and make sure she's breathing. I have another idea. I'm going to shake the treat thing and see if it summons her. It has summoned her. Hi. Hello, Nora. Oh, you are such a light sleeper. Oh, it's a kitty. All right. Hey, do you want a treat? Yeah? Go get it. I threw it off that way. Okay. For both of these, my first guess is gonna be, oh God, who's the guy? Fuck, I forgot his name. Power hitter, slugger type guy. He played for the Rangers and the Yankees, and he hit like 190 something, but he was really powerful and good and strong. And it's not Joey Votto. Fuck. God, that's an actual legitimate guess, so it would be cheating if I got someone to tell me that guy's name. Fuck. He tried to make a comeback as a pitcher. He might still be trying to make a comeback as a pitcher. Gonna be very mad at myself. Okay. Let's think about other things while we try to remember that fucker's name. Chicago White Sox player over the last 45 years. I think maybe White Sox Jim Thome? Like, James Howard Thom was a very, very, very good baseball player, but he did strike out a fair bit. On the other hand, like, maybe this is like a dude who was just ass for the White Sox. Because the White Sox have had a lot of dudes who are just ass. Like, this could be like 2023 Andrew Benintendi. It could be 2023 Andrew Benintendi. He was on the White Sox and just ass. But is he a high K guy? Not really. Son of a bitch. Could be Luis Robert. Like 2024 Luis Robert Jr. That's possible. He was kind of ass, and he also struck out a bunch. But you know, the thing with Luis Robert is that he gets hurt all the time. Says the dude who is a fan of the team that currently employs Luis Robert, who has been out for several weeks and going on a couple of months at this point because he's hurt. So, what about... What about... Yeah, I have no idea. It's either going to be like a late 2000s Jim Thome, maybe a late 90s Frank Thomas, but no, Frank Thomas was a great hitter. He was fucking fantastic. He would not have... I don't think he struck out a super ton. I think this is going to be a guy who was just ass. I think 2023 Andrew Benintendi is actually a pretty good guess here. So we're going to go 2023 Andrew Benintendi. 43rd percentile, 89 Ks. Adam Dunn was who we were looking for. Adam Dunn, 2011, 12, 13. Yon Moncada also 2023 Luis Robert Jr. I believe I said that exact sentence and didn't bring it in. So, I still haven't thought of the guy, by the way. I can visualize him. Big left-handed slugger type guy, Texas Rangers uniform, playing a somewhat mediocre third base and then a acceptable first base and hitting him a whole bunch of dingers and then striking out and hitting like 190 something. Yeah, that guy. We need a dude in the AL East in 2026. So let's think of a dude who's playing this season who's kind of ass. I want to say Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso hasn't been kind of... I think he's been okay. Pete Alonso's been okay last time I looked, but he's been only okay. And Pete Alonso's the kind of guy who, when he's only okay, is going to strike out a lot. I know Aaron Judge has been in a slump and is now hurt, but he's also generally fantastic. Yeah, let's say maybe Trevor Story. I think Trevor Story got hurt, though. I think Trevor Story is turbo ass, but I also think Trevor Story's been hurt. So, fuck. All right. Yeah, we're going to say Pete Alonso. We're going to say 2026 Pete Alonso. 66 strikeouts, 93rd percentile. Good job, Goog. Kaz Okamoto. Oh, that's a shame. And Jaron Duran, Jazz Chisholm, Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge would have been higher than Pete Alonso. Okay, fine. God, my inability to think of this motherfucking guy's name is infuriating. It's not Aaron Judge. It's not Adam Dunn. It's not... God, it's not Josh Hamilton. Oh my God. Now I'm just having every name of every baseball player I've ever thought of run through my head at the exact same time. So it's like, no, it's not Corey Lytle. No, it's not Brad Lidge. It's not Brock Holt. None of these guys are the guy. Fuck. Okay. Whatever. We need a Minnesota Twin from 1980 to 2025. Fine. Who's a recent twin who was kind of ass? I don't know. Josh Willingham. Josh Willingham had a pretty shitty season with the Twins, didn't he? Do I know which one it was? Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely fucking not. Let's see. Maybe. Oh, Miguel Sano. Miguel Sano's going to be a good pull for this. Yeah. Like 2019 Miguel Sano? Yeah, that's the answer. Miguel Sano. Absolutely. 2019 Miguel Sano. 159 Ks, 98th percentile, bested only by other seasons of Miguel Sano. I'm sorry, Miguel. I'm sure you were very good in your time, and you were. You played 4 seasons of very good baseball despite striking out like 700 times over those 4 seasons. Okay. All right. Good job, Goog. I give up. I fucking give up. Based on this, the 2011, 12, 13 of this, I'm going to say Adam Dunn for the 2014 one. We're going to say 2014 Adam Dunn. Probably. Oh, wait. 2014 was Adam Dunn's last year. That means it probably wasn't a full year. That means back the fuck up. That means hold on and stop. Oh, God. All right. 2014. David Ortiz was still playing in 2014. And he was definitely closer to the end than the beginning. But I don't think he was turbo ass. So, man, dude's what struck out a lot. Brian Reynolds. Brian Reynolds struck out a lot, right? No, not Brian Reynolds. Mark Reynolds. Mark Reynolds would have struck out a lot in both 2014 and 2017. Let's say 2014, because that was toward the middle of his career, probably getting more playing time and such. Mark Reynolds struck out 122 times in 2014. I looked at the top 5 here, hoping that it would contain that guy. It does not. You've got Ryan Howard, Marlon Byrd, Mike Trout, Ian Desmond. Okay, fine. These are all 2017 Mike Trout, eh? My current score is 436. As I recall, Sam was also in the 400s for StatPad, so I may have already beaten him. God, I'm never going to think of this guy. I'm so mad at myself for never thinking of this man. I could just say Mark Reynolds again. There's no law saying I can't just say Mark Reynolds again. I also could just take my 173 Ks from 2017. Oh, wait, you can't use the same guy twice, right? That's a rule, isn't it? That you can't use the same guy twice? I don't remember if it's a rule that you can't use the same guy twice. You can, in fact, use the same guy twice. Great. I will take my information. Miguel Sano, 173 Ks. Thank you very much. Joey Gallo! God damn it! That was that guy's name. God! I'm so mad at me. At least I saw it and I recognized it. Joey Gallo was that guy's name. Would have been a good pull for 2017. Oh well. 609 batting strikeouts doesn't feel like an amazing thing. We got a couple of golds. We got a blue, but we also got the Andrew Benintendi's a real brick here. But hey, my grid beat 37.3% of other grids. That sounds about right. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. But I will be back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock Eastern, and tomorrow evening we will return with Final Fantasy XIV. We will begin the final quest of the Stormblood DLC, and I may or may not talk our friend Bagoonicorn into diving through my horribly convoluted, busted-ass inventory with me, because that may or may not be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be a good, fun time for all of us. I had a good time playing 14 last night, and we're going to wrap up, the main story of Stormblood. I don't know if we're going to wrap up the DLC. There's usually like a denouement afterlude before it's time for the next big thing. So, who knows? But, again, this has been the show. Tomorrow morning, we will have another one, and it will continue like that forever! Or until I feel like not doing it anymore, which we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.